Okay, so election year, question?
Sure.
You lost Hale.
Yep.
Huh? What? How broken up are you about it, and who are you gonna, who are you may choose?
Oh, I haven't even, I'm saddened, but that's like the last on my list right now of what, yeah. And I can tell you that I'm precluded by Idaho code to even make any comments on it because it's a policy and it's a personnel matter, so I can't
So
even.
you can't say whatever.
I can't even say it, I can't say anything on it.
Okay.
Yeah. So I can tell you that just personally, I was, right now I'm the legislative chairman for the Idaho Sheriff's Association. So if you don't know, I've been pushing constitutional carry for the last several years. I've been a big advocate within the Sheriff's Association, and I forced a vote this summer to actually to get a vote if we did support the constitutional carry with the criteria of the language in here. And we had, we're required two-thirds of our membership to carry it, and we did get over two-thirds. So I've worked with our legislature this year, and there was a lot of finagling, and you really need to thank Heather Scott, because she was the key legislator that pushed the NRA to come forward and advocate to really good language. I gotta tell you, she's done a great job, and it really forced the hand on them for us to get this year. So she's done a great job.
How many other states have constitutional carry?
It'll be 8 starting in July, or 9. 9, it'll be a total of 9 throughout the United States.
Well, I think you've done a great job, and Heather Scott is awesome too.
Okay, thank you.
Second that.
Do you have any other questions concerning this or anything else too? So
I have a personal question.
sure, yeah.
I need to know what I have to do to get it enhanced.
You don't need to get an enhanced. You can't get an enhanced with this, but you can get HR 218, which is good in all 50 states. And you talk to that young man in the back and qualify, and then you come in to and it's what is it? $12? 20? What is it a year? $12 a year. It's only good for each year because you have to qualify every year. But Ron in the back,
I don't charge.
He doesn't charge, so you just go and qualify, bring that into my office, and it's better. It's good in all 50 states.
Let me just make a comment. We all need to thank Sheriff Wheeler for all his efforts in this. This was no easy job getting this through. Believe me, there was strong opposition, has been for several years, right? And he managed to get this through. You all know that Michael Bloomberg, the New York billionaire, sent a lot of money to Idaho to try to stop it. Of course, Crooked Hillary's not for it. And locally, we have, Slippery Bob Winhausen is against it. And I think you all know who he is, right? So we had, it was a battle. The sheriff prevailed, and there's a number of sheriffs in the country, and he's part of them. I think I read an article today, there's like 32 who are considered really gun rights sheriffs throughout the country, right? And he's one of the 32 who really push citizens' rights, so we need to give him a hand for that. And even now, there's a lot of liberals that were for him before, strongly, and just on the single gun issue, they have suddenly changed lanes. So he's took a personal, hit on his popularity by pushing this Second Amendment from him. Basically, what he's doing is going along with the provisions of the Second Amendment the Founding Fathers gave us. So, in any event, thank you, Daryl. We all appreciate it.
You're welcome. Thanks.
What's going to happen if Hillary gets in and she wants to eliminate
We're
them?
going to Canada.
We're gonna
You got half the road already built.
So federal can't overrule state laws?
No, no. So
Good.
we have some wonderful amendments called the 10th Amendment, state rights. One thing we have to understand is when the Constitution was drafted, the parent is the states and the federal government is the child. And right now it's reversed. People think that the federal government is the parent and we're the child. But we tell the federal government what to do. And they're very limited in what the power they have. And we as states, they have to understand that and let them know.
I have a question. As a sheriff, not you personally, but as a sheriff,
Yes.
do you have the authority to override the feds coming into your county and doing something that you feel is either unconstitutional or unjust? Can you stop them?
Well, if it's unconstitutional and just, absolutely I can stop them.
So you have the authority to push the feds out?
I do, if it's a violation of the Constitution
Right.
and the state law, yes. Yeah.
Can you
I
arrest
know
them?
they're there.
I could, well, yes, but would I?
That's a whole other can.
Yeah, that's a different thing. I'll tell you
Stopping them is kind of enough.
Yeah, I want to tell you, when I make a decision, I make every decision as sheriff based on principle. So I want to tell you, you could give me kind of scenarios all night and I can kind of tell you, well, I do this or that, but my principle is this. I follow the Constitution of the United States. I follow the Constitution and the laws of the state of Idaho, and I do the right thing every time. So I use that as my barometer when I test anything. So when somebody comes in and it's a violation, if someone comes from federal court and they have a jury, a grand jury, they have probable cause, they have a signed warrant from a judge, and they come to arrest or confiscate something from the warrant, I'm going to honor that because they followed the Constitution, they've done that. But when agencies who are coming in based on policies of their department, they don't have the rule and the authority of law, and we do not honor that.
That's
They
what I'm
told that we will not.
So it makes me wonder that, I think in the week when he says that, in that particular case, when they came in to take him, the sheriff that got bought and bring him down to the county should have stepped in and taken control of that.
Absolutely.
Doesn't-
I was a police officer in a state south of Boise.
You actually did that for veteran John Arnold
Yes,
in Priest River.
yes,
The VA was gonna come and do a safety check and take
Yes.
his guns?
yes.
Because
Not
all
based
those-
on any law, it was based on policies and interpretations of what they thought of, yes.
Because he had a stroke and he needed help for a while, he was therefore declared incompetent, which he wasn't.
Every citizen has to have due process.
Actually,
Have
to follow that up, over 260,000 vets have been banned from owning firearms in the last 4 months.
From Social Security?
Yes.
It's terrible.
It's happening.
If that's happening in Bonner County, you call me and we'll show up. We will.
I'll say it, he showed up, and we protected one of our citizens in Priest River, thank you.
Heather Scott was there too.
I've got you on video.
Uh-oh.
And if you need backup, just let us know, because somehow 100 people found out.
Right.
They were all theirs.
Okay, thank you. Chris?
But at the end of the day, do you feel safer knowing we are all armed?
I absolutely do. I feel safer, and I also feel that you need that ability to feel safer too, because we have a right to defend ourselves. And
Would
unfortunately,
you please explain that to your deputies?
well, and we need to feel safe in our own community, and this world is not getting any kinder and gentler. We see what's happening in San Bernardino in France. We see what the attack of Islamic terrorists, and believe me, they're here in our midst. And that's why every one of you need to be able to have that right to carry a weapon, a firearm to protect you and your family. And I will fight to make sure that you have that right.
Thank you.
Yes.
Do you have a citizens support group to support you in addition to your officers?
Well, I don't really have when I say citizen, we have a great volunteer. Our office, we have 140 employees, and we have 51 volunteers now, and it's growing. We have people that volunteer in the jail, we have people that volunteer, right now we have 4 men, we have 2 retired police officers, 2 retired firefighters that go out and we're doing neighborhood watch programs. We go out in the county, we set up meetings, we set up protocol, we set up a system that you can talk to each other. We're having signs made up that you can put in your neighborhood. And I mean, those are the kind of things that citizens can do. I want this neighborhood watch to be so popular that those people that are coming from Spokane and Coeur d'Alene and out of the area say, boy, don't come into Bonner County because they report suspicious activity and you're gonna get caught. So those are the kind of helps, citizen support that I can have, that you are engaged in part of the sheriff's office.
Who do they contact for neighborhood watch?
You call our office, and we will get a group at you. If you call Cheryl Kins at our office, and she will set that up. And we're actually meeting in all the parts. We're meeting in the city. Levin's here. We're meeting Clark Fork and Spirit Lake and Priest River and Coolin, and just all over the county. Yes, ma'am?
That was the same question I
Okay.
had. How do we get all of that?
Yeah, just call.
I have a question.
Yes.
You said you lost some, or somebody said that you lost some moderates to the other side because you had taken such a strong stance on constitutional carry.
Well, that, and also I really believe that there was a threat to our security, and I encouraged the governor to halt the Syrian refugee program because there was no vetting process.
So you lost
And I lost a lot of support because they think I'm unfair or whatever, but you know what, I'm sorry, this is our community and we gotta make sure that anyone comes in, they're vetted, and if you can't vet them, then they need to stay either in the country or go to another country that accepts them.
I agree with you on all that. Is your opponent using those 2 items against you to?
I don't think so, yeah, I don't know.
Well, I was just wondering what his stance was on constitutional carry and.
I don't know, we'd have to ask him.
Whatever you want to vote for.
Yeah.
No, it's not that I want to vote for him. I want to know what he's doing. I like this guy. He's got my vote. Just chilling.
Yes, ma'am.
I wanted to say thank you for that, about the Syrian refugees.
Yes.
That
Yes.
is-
Unlike the mayor.
I know, we're not the mayor, now please wait. Well, I don't like him either, but I mean, we got him to.
I just wanted to say that when you were on Margaret Carpenter's, you and John,
Yes.
he couldn't string 2 words together to make sense, and you were very, very to the point and very accurate and articulate, and he sounded like he had a bad night the night before or something, he just not put together, so that's any indication of where he's coming from, I'm gonna get a lot to worry about.
Oh, thank you. Tell me that on November, on May 16th.
And we're gonna hear all about gun control starting tomorrow, if not tonight.
We will.
8 people were shot in Ohio. A family, 12 family members killed 7 people and a teenager, I think it was. Didn't kill the 4-day-old baby that was laying with its mother in bed, and a 3-year-old and another child. 3 or 4 homes, they went from house to house, shot them in the head, execution style. 8 people. Yeah. So,
Just out of curiosity, what kind of gun was it?
I haven't heard the gun or what kind of the people,
You gotta be a bushmaster.
what they were, but
So, and if you have no more questions, I'll just tell you, I do, if you want to know more about me, I have a brochure back there. This is election time, so I do have a brochure back there.
Which reminds me, I need a yard sign.
Okay, if you do want a yard sign, Army Navy surplus, Cornell has some in the back, so you can pick one up there.
we have ours up.
Thank you. Also, what I could do is ask you if you would write positive letters to the reader and the bee, because somehow they've got their views skewed a little. It's kind of hard to believe. And also, if anyone wants to help, my wife is meeting a group of people. I know Chris is going to be there tomorrow at 9:30 at Cernerburger, and we're actually going to do precinct walking for a couple hours and hand out my brochure. I don't take this campaign and this election laying down. I really want this job. I enjoy what I do, and I'm fighting for my job. and it means a lot to me. So if you want, 9:30, we're gonna meet at Server Burger, spend a few hours just kind of, and she's gonna have different areas of our community around here to go do that. So if you're available, want to do that, please join us. Yes, sir.
Do you feel the race is gonna be close for you?
No,
Not-
but I don't take it for granted.
I don't think that's
I just don't.
I go for Elaine Savage is where I voted for, so.
Okay. So anyway, is there any other questions? And if you want to know, there's information there on our website. It's wheelerforsheriff.com. That goes into more in depth. And I'll just say, fine, I probably have your vote already, but I just ask that those people who vote in this next race really look at both the candidates. Look at what kind of experience they've had, what kind of training, and look at their accomplishments and what they've done and what has been important to them. And I think that you'll find out that I've been blessed to have a lot of training, and I've been a police officer for over 30 years. And I think our office, it's not me, but I think our office, the sheriff's office and all of his employees have accomplished a lot over the last 7.5 years. And I think we're safer because of it. And so I just ask for your vote too. And also, if you feel compelled, campaigns are very expensive. So if you feel there's information on there if you want to make a donation. So thank you very much, Dan. Thanks so much for letting me address you.